Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today is Friday, January 29, 2010, the 13th of Safar in the year 1431 after Hijrah. My name is Zishan Zaveri. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'd like to introduce Sayed Ammar Nakshawani, who's in town, speaking during the time of Arabaeen. He is a world-renowned speaker in the Muslim world and arguably the best we have in the Muslim world today. He was born in 1981 and has had lectured in many places across the globe, such as America, Europe, Canada, Africa, just to name a few. Let me begin with some things that I personally love about him, and I am sure there are many others. There are many others that share similar views. Number one, I really love the fact that he structures his speeches according to certain subjects. So if I feel I am uncertain about a subject, for example, like Salatul Layl, I can go and pull out his speech on Salatul Layl, get familiar with that subject, and try to retain that information. Number two, he encourages that everyone should be first and foremost their own scholar and have that knowledge readily available to put forward. Number three, he responds immediately to attacks made on Shia Islam or Islam in general, such as his replies to Dr. Zakir Naik, Dr. Israr Ahmed, and the Dutch MP Geert Wilders. Number four, he encourages us to write books and take a more proactive role in our communities. Number five, he stresses the importance of media. He stresses the importance of media and how useful it is to get the message out using media in today's society. Which is a perfect segue into giving some information on Ahlul Bayt TV, the first Shia 24/7 English satellite channel. On Ahlul Bayt TV, you can see speeches from a variety of speakers, Quranic recitation, nohas, and much more. It was started by a committed group of individuals who have strived hard with dedication and perseverance. This channel can only be sustained by folks like us. Our brothers in other schools in Islam have major funding, and at times unlimited funding due to their sheer numbers. We don't have the same luxury, which means that each and every single one of us will need to take some responsibility on board in order to ensure this channel stays alive. You can make one-time donations, or you can join their 3,000 partner campaign, which is about 20 British pounds a month, which is roughly about 32 US dollars. Please further the cause by going to www.ahlulbayt.tv, ahlulbayt.tv. This is our opportunity to collect sadaqah jariyah, which is the residual or continual sadaqah that will one day, inshallah, be a source of salvation for us on the day of judgment, inshallah. Subhanallah, I love their motto. Their motto is the holy household for every household. Furthermore, if you're looking to bring Ahlul Bayt TV into your home, you will need to consult your local satellite companies. At least in America, I know it is being broadcasted on free-to-air channels, which means it only requires the purchase of a satellite dish or a receiver with installation and pointing the satellite towards the appropriate, pointing your antenna in the direction of the appropriate satellite. I know in America it costs around a mere $300 or so, which is a one-time cost if you so choose to go through the free-to-air route. Sayed Ammar has already made live guest appearances on Ahlul Bayt TV and has expressed verbally the importance of media on a number of occasions. So, Sayed Ammar, it is really a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you.
And assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
And if you could expound a little bit with your opinion of the media and its importance of having such a station like Ahlul Bayt TV in today's society, and how important it is that we as a nation, as an ummah, should keep up a channel like that.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'd like to thank you for your invitation today. And without a shadow of doubt, the media has an important role in shaping the lives and the opinions of much of society today. And therefore we find that in order to build a peaceful coexistence between ourselves and not only other schools in Islam, but other religions, there is a need for us to be able to portray our opinions, to convey our opinions. And the medium which we can use to convey our opinions is the media, without a doubt. So you find, for example, that in the media one is able to make documentaries which discuss history. One is able to give lessons about different parts of the beliefs of the holy personalities of the religion of Islam. And indeed, the media is that which you can take part in as well. As in, it's not only a select group of individuals who can be on that channel. You can be on that channel. You can write a script for a film for that channel. You can write a script for a documentary for that channel, for even a children's program for the channel. And for many years, many Muslims have always said, when are we going to have our own channel? And now when the followers of Ahlul Bayt have a channel, what other name do you want than the Ahlul Bayt channel? Right. So it's vital that we use the media in order that we are able to, number one, spread the message of the school of Ahlul Bayt, and number two, remove any misconceptions that may exist.
Well, thank you very much, brother. That was a very excellent reply. Well, we can get down to actually doing the interview. I actually have a number of questions I'd like to ask you, and this is more in regards to development, you know, how we can develop as a society and how you developed as an individual as well. So, how many years have you been doing public speaking, and what made you decide to pursue this role?
I think it's coming up to now my 10th year in public speaking. And at the beginning, really, there wasn't the aim that I was going to become a public speaker who lectures across the world and on the pulpits of the mosques of the religion of Islam. At the beginning, really, we weren't having many lectures which were catered for our generation. If we went to the mosque, on many occasions, the lectures would be catered either to the elder generation or in the mother tongue, which many of us found quite difficult to understand. And so a group of youths in London sought to come together to build an organization where you had English lectures on a weekly basis. And we felt that English lectures wouldn't just bring in members of our community, but other communities. Why? Because that was the common language which we all shared living in London. So for example, if you had a lecture in Arabic, only the Arabs could come. If you had a lecture in Urdu, only the Pakistanis could come. If you had a lecture in Persian, only the Iranians could come. But when you had a lecture in English, everybody was able to come. And so I found the opportunity to be able to speak at the beginning on a number of social issues about how we can change ourselves. And really with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the prayers of my parents and the support of my good friends, I was able to see doors opening after those initial years.
Thank you very much, and may Allah give you more years.
Thank you very much.
And generally, how much time do you invest in research for a particular speech? And in addition to that, how long does it take to commit that information to memory?
Well, to research a particular speech can vary from a minimum of 3 months to a maximum of a year. Especially as the years went on and people were listening to all my sets on the internet. Mm-hmm. Naturally, wherever you'd go, everybody has heard the previous Muharram, and everybody has heard the previous Holy Ramadan, and everybody has heard the previous Arabaeen series, and so you'd have to be on your toes and come out with new material. Right. And I found that as being a challenge, but a beautiful challenge, because then it would mean you constantly are reading and preparing. And one thing about this religion is the more you read, the more you realize you know nothing, because it's an ocean out there of knowledge. So there are some lectures I can tell you that it might take 3 months to gather the content, and it might take you 3 months to structure it. Because it's one thing having content, but it's another being able to structure the content. There may be some speakers who have a lot of content, but there is little structure. But if you're able to structure the content, that could take a number of months of you constantly drawing spider diagrams of how that particular lecture can be structured. As for memorizing, well, you might need to memorize verses or hadiths or sermons, but you never memorize a lecture. You're shooting yourself in the foot if you memorize a lecture. Because that means if you forget a line, you'll forget the whole lecture. So you never memorize a lecture, you memorize, for example, the sermon of Imam Amir al-Mu'minin from Nahj al-Balagha, or Sayyidah Zainab when she was in the court of Yazid in Sham. And that memorizing can take anything from 2 to 4 weeks. So it's quite a preparation that is needed to prepare one lecture, let alone a series of 10 or 20.
No doubt. I mean, it's very apparent that you invest a lot of time in your lectures, and hence why the question came up about your time and investment. And you really do work hard, and we really appreciate you doing that investment, because all that time you put in, it's gonna be proved to be fruitful for the whole of the ummah.
Well, the intention really is that when you do provide that lecture, you may provide in 1 hour what is 400 pages worth of reading. So if a person comes with their pen and papers ready in a lecture, and they take down the notes, then really they're saving themselves the trouble of sometimes extensive reading. And you know how our people